Hey everybody, Felix here. I wanted to make a video about Googlecloud announcing that they are partnering with SpaceX to bring a more secured internet to the world. I made a video last year that SpaceX could be a block producer on the EOS mainnet, and it didn't really get much engagement. And some people were saying great speculation and good job trying to say that's going to happen, it's probably not going to happen, and just a lot of doubt. There was some people who were like, understood that the broader things going on and could connect some dots that weren't in place at that time. And now we see that that's not only not that far out, not that much speculation, but it actually is coming to fruition. And I'm not some all-knowing being who can predict the future. What I see at a fundamental level is that the CEO of SpaceX, Elon Musk, worked hand in hand with Peter Thiel to build PayPal. Peter Thiel was on the board of Block One. Peter Thiel was an early investor in Block One and EOS technology. They're working on a broader base to lay out the general technology foundation layer of the new internet. It's Web 3.0, and we're seeing now things start to roll into a way where all of that will be integrated into the current system. And we can see that playing out with Elon doing all these games where he's talking about Bitcoin not being efficient. Is Doge going to make it if they just increase the block size? All these kinds of games that he's playing is really just the public rollout of EOS and the public rollout of him not starting from zero and saying, oh, it's EOS. He has to literally drag the public along and walk them through his quote-unquote thought process, in addition to him being the front man for a lot of the regulations that are going to come in. The SEC and people can use his words and say, well, we need regulation because a lot of people bought Dogecoin and it went up in value and then it crashed and they lost all their money. So we need to bring in regulations that we already had in place, ready to go, and now we have to roll them out because we're here to protect everybody. And that's not necessarily the case, because if you understand what's going on and can look behind the scenes, you can see how this is being rolled out to the public. You can see how it's kind of like a game. We know that the end goal is EOS running every database, EOS being the general purpose technology layer of the new internet, where value is transferred, where smart contracts happen, where everything is on a readable ledger. And they just have to roll that out to the public, who is completely ignorant of that fact and doesn't understand what the need is, what the reasons are. People don't react well to change, and to go from where we are to an EOS-based world is a significantly drastic change from where we are. And so for people to accept that, there has to be tunnels made, inroads made, and there has to be foundations laid in order to get the people to understand how that is and see it and then move towards it. And a lot of other things can potentially happen catastrophically. We see things like the pipeline, the XL pipeline that got shut down in the eastern United States, delivered 45% of all of the fuel, and it was taken down by a cyber attack that was, a very modern moderate attack, and the whole thing just went down within 2 days. Everybody was out of gas. So when you have something like that drastic happen where it affects everything, to the point of now, like, crops are being affected because tractors don't have the super chips or the gasoline. I mean, you can start to see, when people are starving and clamoring for change, that there's a significant amount of change ready to go, lined up and waiting to be rolled out to the public. And there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, of the people who are specifically in charge of all this, that are ready to roll it out. And when we see things like Starlink start to deliver or start to partner with Googlecloud, who Googlecloud is a EOS mainnet standby block producer, we can start to see that there's a bigger picture here, and that satellite internet running on EOS is absolutely incredible. Nobody had that going on their 2021 bingo card, but yet if we look back and we can see where we were, where we're going, especially when you look at some of my videos, it's really not that far out there, and it actually makes a lot of sense, and it actually means that we're in the right spot, we're doing the right things, we're investing in ourselves, our future, our kids' future, and that it's going to pay off. And so I really wanted to put that out there because, I think that really got swept under the rug with all the price actions, and then we see the China's cracking down on miners and all this stuff, all the Elon FUD. These types of things are really what are the major moves, a lot like Marty Chavez joining the Block 1 board. That was overshadowed by Dan Larimer leaving and a lot of other stuff happening. Google announcing they were running a block producer candidate. So you have to really delve into some of this stuff and understand that not only is it important, but it's literally the foundation of what's happening. So I just want to put that out there. Stoffel Baker out.